On April 30th at 2:15 a.m., I got an email from Seth Godin. Boom. Mind blown. Okay, I'm just kidding. It was actually his daily email that he sends out to, I'm sure, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of subscribers. Pretty impressive stuff. And in that email, he was talking about AI and how AI is taking over pop music. Interesting, didn't really grab me. But at the bottom of that email, there was this little line and it said, P.S. My friend Paige has written a new book. You can read a free digital copy of it at this link with this password. Wow. I love to read. I love books. I'm instantly intrigued. And if Seth is recommending something, I definitely have to check it out. So I click on the link and what I find is this incredible, very short, really impactful book called Drift. And in Drift, Paige talks about how to accidentally create a life you don't want. That's the subtitle of her book and the title of this video. Very catchy title, nice work, Paige. And she starts off by recognizing this feeling that I believe a lot of us have or have had in the past, where we wake up one day and we're nowhere near where we thought we would be in relation to our dreams and goals. We don't necessarily know how we even got here, and something feels amiss. And I love that she uses the word amiss. I think that's a great word. It makes me feel like I'm part of a mystery. Something is amiss. It's like Sherlock Holmes, and we must figure it out. And what I really want to understand is, why does drift happen? And how can we fix it? So Paige says that for a lot of us, we have this idea, this goal, this dream in mind, but the path to get there is often very unclear. We don't really know what steps to take. And because it's blurry or unclear, it's very difficult for us to know where to begin. So we have this journey that we'd like to go on towards our dreams and goals, but we don't necessarily know. The path is unclear. We can't see it. And I can think of many instances in my own life where I've thought about dreams and goals or things where I've gone after and I'm going, yeah, but I don't really know how to get there. I can't see the path clearly. It's not like other areas of my life where things have been much more clear. And I think this is true for a lot of us, and this is where drift begins to happen. Because the path is unclear, we have these dreams and goals, but we actually delay them. We say, you know what, I can start tomorrow, or I can start in a week, or whatever that is, and then we wake up a day, week, month, years later, and we haven't set off in the direction of our dreams and goals because the path was unclear. And now we're no closer towards those dreams and goals. If anything, we're further away because more time has passed. And I think this is where Paige points out something that is incredibly important and really insightful, where she says, you know what, that path is often blurry, is often unclear, but it's not just you that has the blurry path, it's everyone around us. When you're in pursuit of that big goal and dream, it is so often the case where the path less traveled is almost not less traveled. It's almost like we can't see it. It's non-existent, but that's the same for each and every one of us. And so if we can recognize this about that path towards our goals, dreams, the things that we believe we're supposed to do as we're here and make the impact that we're supposed to have, if we can recognize that the path to those things is often blurry, then we can recognize it so that we can prevent it from happening from the beginning, or at least know where to start to fix it. Now, before we try to fix drift, which Paige said is hard, but not impossible, thank goodness, we have to recognize that what happens when we drift isn't always bad. It's not like we drift down this path and we're drifted towards alcohol and drug abuse or things like that. It can actually be really good things, paths that are just a little bit more clear. The job that maybe you don't really want to take, but they take you for an interview, and then you end up in the company and you end up taking the job and you get promoted because you're good at what you do and you bring skills to the table, and now you're getting good at things and you're receiving accolades, and next thing you know, you're managing something or running something and people are praising you, and you find yourself in this situation where you're doing well, but inside it hurts because even though you've become good at something, it wasn't the thing that you were meant to be doing. It doesn't the thing that you believe that you're supposed to be doing. The impact that you believe that God wants to have in and through you is aching inside your heart. So you've become good in the world's eyes, but not good at what it is that you know you're supposed to be good at or great at. And this can happen in work. This can happen in relationships. This can happen in your finances. This can happen in all different areas of your life where you start down a path because it's clearer and end up so far down the road just because the path was clearer and it's easier to stay on the path. So what do? How can we fix drift? Paige says that the secret is to recognize that uncertain choices can often signal great reward. So as we're going down the path of life and we come across these crossroads of dreams and goals and things that we'd like to pursue, and we come to these crossroads and the path is unclear, it's blurry, it's uncertain, that should actually be a signal to say, hold on, pause, turn here. This is the direction. Even though it seems unclear, this is the direction that you're supposed to step down. And Paige says it this way, and I really love it. She says, we need to recognize those uncertain choices and be willing to take one tiny step off the path we are drifting down and into the dense fog of uncertainty. I love that, the dense fog of uncertainty. But the key in that sentence is the one tiny step. the one thing. There's always a step. It's always there. It's always in front of you. Sometimes it seems so small that it feels like it's insignificant. But what Paige says, and it's a great insight, is she says, you know what? You take that one tiny step, that first tiny step, and what happens is that the next step reveals itself. So I would highly recommend that you grab a copy of this book. I will leave a couple of links in the show notes for you. And Paige, if you ever see this video, thank you for writing such a great book. Thank you for your incredible insights. Thank you for shipping this book. And please continue to write and create and share your insights with the world. We need them. And to my friends, you and I know that you were created for impact. And I'm so excited about the impact that God wants to have in and through your life. So today I want to challenge you to think for a moment right now. What's the tiny thing? What's the one tiny step that you could take in the direction of that impact, in the direction of the goals and dreams that you have? Do you have it in your mind? Let's go get it. Let's go after it. Have an awesome week.